I find it very, very interesting that we all kind of always prefer to give fault to external factors. We always like to tell ourselves and others that the reason why we didn't do that thing and achieve that other thing was because of that and that other external thing, right? But at the end of the day, we kind of all deep down know that the reason why we didn't do it was because we were afraid or because we listened to that voice in our head telling us to do something else, even though that was actually what we wanted to do. The truth is that we all kind of know what we want to do. We want, for example, to approach that girl, to stop doing that bad thing, to quit that habit, to tell that person that thing that we want to say, or to start that online business, that side hustle. But somehow we end up listening to that voice in our head telling us, no, don't do that other thing. And we end up acting in ways that we actually don't want to end up acting. So in this video, bro, you will discover how to eliminate the influence that voice in your brain has that always ends up making you act like you don't want to act, so that you actually start doing those courageous things and so that you actually achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And eliminating the influence that voice in my head, which I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, that voice in our head which told me to not cut my hair like this, because I will look bad. The voice in my head telling me that, no, don't run a marathon because you may hurt yourself. And I still did it. And that voice in my head telling me, no, don't go and approach that girl because people might look bad at us. If I did not eliminate the influence that voice had on me, I would still be like I used to be. And if you don't eliminate the influence that it has on you, you will remain like I used to be, telling myself, starting from today, I will never watch porn again. And guess what? That same evening, fapping once, twice, three times in a row, then telling myself, the next time I see that girl at school, I will go and talk with her. That 3 days later, she's literally there 20 meters in front of me. I see her and she walks past by blah blah 1 meter. I do nothing, bro. And I told myself I wanted to start an online business because I wanted to become financially free. And guess what? I procrastinated it for over 1.5 years, bro. You don't want to end up like that, don't you? And that was very simply because every single time I listened to that voice in my head, to that lizard part of my brain telling me, don't do that. No, don't do that. But the last time that we do that, one exception, bro. One exception. And even though I knew exactly that I didn't want to listen to that voice, I was ending up always listening to it. I was trying to argue against it, but somehow it came up with the best possible excuses, the best possible thing that it could give me. And so I pretty much always ended up listening to it and doing what I didn't want to do. And that always made me feel like a failure. That always made me feel bad. It always made me feel like shit, because I knew that I didn't want to do it. I knew that I wanted to do that other thing, but I ended up acting exactly in the opposite way. And so you have to know that it has actually passed some time since I was able to reduce the influence that voice in my head, the lizard part of my brain, had on my actions. And I did that very simply by telling myself every single time that voice tells me something, I just do the opposite. And to be very honest, that works quite well. But 3 weeks ago, I discovered a very simple thing. I understood a very simple thing that made me bring that influence that voice in my head has on me down to zero, bro. Down to zero. And I discovered it by watching a YouTube video from Alex Becker. By the way, shout out to you. Amazing YouTube video. And I will put it in the description down below so that you can watch it too. And in that video, he made me understand what the origin of that voice in my head was. He made me understand that voice in my head was not me. It was simply a part of my brain, the lizard part of my brain. I don't think that it's the scientific way to say it, but it's pretty much the part of our brain that we have since we were lizards, I think, because of the name. Anyways, that part of our brain is literally connected with our animal instincts, right? So the instincts that we needed to have when we needed to run away from a tiger, or save up calories so that we wouldn't starve, and all those things. But the thing is that that voice in our head was literally programmed maybe 500,000 years ago, and is so totally outdated. But what what did I do? I listened to it for my day-to-day decisions, and so it's obvious that I ended up making bad decisions, bro. Because how can a brain part that was literally programmed, like when we used to run away from tigers, make me do good decisions in our modern day-to-day life? It's totally outdated, bro. Totally outdated. And so understanding that voice was actually my instincts, my animal instincts wanting to survive, that made me understand that I should just simply not listen to it, bro. Simply don't listen to it, because 99% of the times your interests are not aligned with that voice's interest, because all that voice in your head wants to do is to make you survive. But nowadays, let's say that you're running a marathon like I was yesterday. Your brain is telling you to save up calories, to stop running, because maybe you'll need it later. But you know that when you come at the end of it, you just open the fridge and you just eat what the hell you want. So it literally makes no sense to listen to that part of the brain of ours anymore. Besides, if one day you will be in the wild and you have to run away from a real tiger, then yeah, listen to your instincts. So it's very simple, actually. As soon as you understood the origin of that voice in your head, it's just about being aware enough to catch yourself having those thoughts, detaching from them, remembering that you're not those thoughts, remembering that the only goal that those thoughts have are to make you survive, and your goal instead is to live, probably, I guess, a good life and a satisfying life. So what I like to ask myself is it really what is going to serve me in this specific situation? And because the answer is probably not, I just tell that part of my brain, not today, bro, not today, not today, and I act in the opposite way. That's it, bro. It's just about realizing what it truly is, and I'm being aware enough to not listen to it. I really do hope that this video helped you to eliminate the influence that part of your brain has on you. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to not miss on my future ones. Remember that you have the summary of this video with the link to Alex Becker's video in the description down below. And I would also be really interested to know what you think about it, bro. What you think about it. Let me know in the comments down below. And now we get to this week's quote, which is very simple and is actually connected with this video. And it says that every single time that you feel that resistance and you hear that voice telling you to not do something, it's probably a sign to do it. I wish you all the best and see you in the next video.